Now we're going to cheers to episode 120.
You're still drinking those beers? Water.
Schmidt's Pale Ale.
Cheers.
American lager.
To 3,000 followers.
Oh, I just unfollowed. $2.99. That was a big sip from Evan.
Waiting for
He said he was thirsty,
in the
dude.
face. I was too scared.
I thought it was just ice. That's what I was told.
Any water left in it?
Okay.
Why is this not working?
Oh no, Evan's technology.
I'm good.
Off the rip.
I'm good. Yep, I'm good.
It's Tuesday, May 9th, 2023, 8:42 p.m. on the East Coast. You're listening to the number one sports show in the entire state of Michigan, who just hit 3,000 followers on Twitter. And it's lottery ball season. That's what season it is in Detroit sports.
Rigged. Oh, I said that out loud.
Rigged.
We're gonna
Rigged.
tweet
We
it.
don't need Connor Bedard. We don't. We don't.
Would have been nice to have.
This show is interesting. I think we've done a similar show like this before. This is that classic May show where, because all the teams we root for at this time are awful, that we just have to fill a show. Because we could take a week off, but we try to not do that unless one of us is out of town. So this is the State of the Union show. Much like Donald Trump and Joe Biden addressing the nation for our country, we're going to address the Michigan sports nation. Alex Eyebrow raised any comments on our two past presidents?
No comments.
Okay. I have been seeing we're having some problems at the border patrol situation, but this is not the show for that.
We are getting into this?
No, I just seen some tweets that there's a law being repealed and a lot of people, like 3,000 people are coming into the United States per day, and my eyebrows raised. I was like, that's like
nothing. That's just one shot of Michigan Sports Army.
Whoa, tied it together. Yeah, imagine all of our followers came into the country at the same time. What a moment. Okay. Long story short, we're going to fly through every single team that we cheer for. I think that's 8 in total. The Detroit teams, and then basketball and football for Michigan State. And it's just going to ask some big picture questions, some big picture thoughts about where they're all at. And the reason we're doing this is because I just had this feeling of exhaustion after, I think it was like the lottery odds got to me, where you go on social media and you just talk to other fans of our teams right now, and there's nothing to look forward to. Like, can you guys close your eyes and picture the day that we get on this show and, like, let's say the Pistons are in a pivotal game 5 and the Red Wings are in a pivotal game 7, and we actually get to break down those games. Like, that's what shows across the nation get to do, whereas us and 97 Won the Ticket and anyone else that covers these teams, we just have to talk about fairy tale lottery odds and draft picks and saving our franchise. It sucks. We should be getting to talk about playoff sports night in and night out, but we don't. Alex, you raised your hand. I will call to you.
Yes. Evan no longer roots for the Pistons.
Oh,
from my understanding.
Well, not yet, actually. It's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed.
Assuming the Pistons do not win the lottery, I think Evan will be out.
No, it's not. We could get the 25th pick.
Oh, it's Kevin Ollie based. Sorry.
Correct. Kevin Ollie's the head coach. I'm done. I will not cheer for the Pistons anymore until he is removed from.
Is this a boycott, Evan, or a full-on exit?
Just full-on exit.
I would hope, Evan, it's just a boycott until he's gone.
It's a long boycott.
Wow. So, for those keeping track at home, Evan, we will no longer have Evan on Pistons duty, and Alex has already been out on Tigers duty for a long time.
I'm boycotting, though. I am not out forever. I'm just boycotting.
It feels like you've been out forever.
Well, that's how bad they've been.
Yeah. Before we get into sports, though, let's talk about how our weeks were. As always, Alex, what have you been up to since, what did I write? Monday, May 1st.
First week living alone.
May.
Officially. That was my first week of that. Didn't do much. Evan came over on Friday. Oh, back up. Wednesday, I play in a golf league every other week. Cody and I, with a K, are co-duty for that. So I did that Wednesday. That was fun. If anybody would like to comment if they know about Rustic Glen Golf Course's food, I've been told that it's amazing. Evan and I are questioning that statement. So if anybody knows, let us know.
Where's Rustic Glen?
Celine?
US 12?
Definitely driven past it
Hills.
many times. Irish Hills. No.
That's what Google says. Oh, it's on the edge of Irish Hills. That's fair. That's a fair statement. You cannot dispute that.
Okay. Whatever.
Thank you.
Did that Wednesday. Friday, Evan came over after his long day of teaching, coaching, whatever Evan does, busy guy.
Saving
Celebrated Cinco de Mayo with some Taco Bell. Evan, make sure you tell everyone what you did on Friday on accident.
Yes, I forgot about that until now.
Super funny. We actually didn't even talk about it.
I'm so stupid.
Saturday morning, Evan and I played some golf.
Wait, did you get the Cinnabon Delights?
No, still haven't had them.
You guys suck.
I know.
Sorry. I just never think about it.
I already pulled through and I saw them on the menu. I almost stopped and shouted, "Can I please add this?" But I just kept on driving, Grant.
I just never think
what's crazy about that, real quick? They only come in a 2-pack or a 12-pack.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is insanity, honestly, when you say it out loud.
Can we split the difference? Like, how about 6? How about 6?
Can you just get 3 2-packs, though?
Sure.
Yeah, but that'd probably be more expensive. You might as well just get the 12-pack.
Good luck going broke.
This is why I don't get them. So Evan and I played golf Saturday morning.
Who
got
won?
paired up with, I did, I guess. We didn't do handicaps or anything, though. Yeah, we got paired with 2 random guys. They were interesting, to say the least.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read facial expressions based on that.
One guy...
Continue, Alex. Go ahead, and I'll jump in.
You think you'd hang out with him at the bar later?
Not both of them. One guy gave off some odd vibes. I like you vibes, but then I hate you vibes. Like your loser vibe, your cool guy vibe. That's what he was giving off towards us. Very strange. Other guy was younger, more our style probably. I could see ourselves having a beer with him. I guess they were friends, but they were 6 years apart. And not sure how they met. They didn't work together. Very odd dynamic.
Maybe like Bumble Friends or something like that.
Bumble Friends. Yeah, I heard that's pretty successful. I'm kidding. So yeah, we played that. Slowest golf round of our lives.
Oh.
Evan was just furious by hole 12. Hole 12, Evan just threw in the towel because he was so upset with how everything was going. Evan had baseball games at 3.
Where were you playing at?
Pine Trace in Rochester. It's pretty nice overall. But yeah, slow. We teed off at 8:40. I don't think we got to hole 3 until like 9:45. 10.
Yeah, I'm with Evan. Pack it up.
So Evan had to be done by probably like 2. I think we got done right at 2. And I thought we'd be done at like 12:30.
The anxiety you feel on a golf course when you have a hard out of when the round needs to be over is a very awful feeling. And dare I say, ruins the round of golf if things are going slow. I'm sure, Evan, you felt that.
I did, especially on the back nine. I wasn't playing well, so that just added insult to injury.
Spiraling.
They're just...
Well, how could you, knowing that you had to get out of there at a certain time?
Correct. And 6 hours to play 18 holes is ridiculous. The group in front of us was slow. Just no common sense. Like, every time we got to the tee box, we were just staring and waiting at them. Like, what are these guys doing? Like, how is it
maybe
taking
they were
so
waiting
long?
for the guys in front of them, Evan.
No, I don't believe it because we never saw them. We never saw that group. I don't believe it. Yeah. And
where the hell is the ranger?
Dude, he came
yelled
by
at
like
him
5
once
times.
on like hole 5 or 6. That was the only time we saw
He's
him.
like, oh, don't worry, guys. I told him to get going.
I yelled at him.
Guy was like 80
And then he
years
came up
old.
to us on hole 18 and asked if it was our massage gun. That was the only time we saw it.
Yeah, Theraguns. He found one on the course.
Yep.
Should have taken
We
it.
shouldn't have went to the clubhouse. We should have just skipped him on when we made the turn.
Can you imagine bringing a Theragun in your golf bag?
I could see the one guy we played with, Dan. I could see him bringing a massage gun. His golf bag
That
had
was weird.
$3,000, and his swing.
No, it was more.
That's
We're talking a Matthew
$3,000.
Wolf type swing, but
It was
he sucked.
ugly.
Innovative.
Ugly.
You know, it'd be
Yeah.
a fun gimmick now that I'm thinking about it. Like, don't Rangers normally have like a little red flag on their car
Oh, this guy had
to
2.
distinguish?
He had 2.
I would think it'd be fun to buy one of those and just strap it on your cart. And if you get behind anyone slow, drive up to them and like change your polo and with like a red polo and say, hey, you guys need to speed up. And just, I don't know if it's illegal to impersonate a park ranger like it is, not a park ranger, but a course ranger, like a cop. But I think that'd be a fun bit and something worth looking into.
Until the ranger comes by you and sees your flags. He's like, what the are you doing?
Well, then you just tip your cap like, hey, I'm one of us.
I'm working out here too today.
Good
Didn't
for the
tell you
game.
I'm on the schedule.
Anywho, I
yeah.
see why the round wasn't memorable.
Yeah. So after that, Evan went to his baseball games,
Pissed off.
and then me,
Wait,
Evan,
because of
and
traffic. Construction is the worst thing ever invented in the history of mankind.
Evan, how is Gretchen supposed to fix our roads if she doesn't get the construction going?
Well, she needs to make a toll roads, and that way they're paid for.
there
That way
is
they're well
construction
done,
just
and so they last
everywhere,
longer.
dude. Everywhere, all the time.
Granted,
It's
this
miserable.
25-minute
construction
ride,
season.
25-minute ride took like almost 50 minutes because of construction.
Mm.
And people just
That's
don't know how to
double
drive.
for
It just
you,
pisses me off.
Grant. It's double for your math ability.
And not
Anyways,
to mention, it was sunny and beautiful all morning. And
Great
afternoon,
day.
And as
Great day.
soon as I got to the baseball field, boom, gray skies, windy, dropped the temperature like 10, 15 degrees.
You know what they say about weather in Michigan.
Unpredictable.
Just wait 5 minutes, it'll change. Oh, Alex, what else did you do? You saw a Marvel movie. No one
Yeah,
really cares
saw
about
Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think people do care because it's a great movie, and I highly
that.
recommend
Volume
it.
6?
Volume 3 grants, come on.
Yeah, I just didn't even know what you're talking
Great
about.
movie. Almost
Really
put me in
good.
tears 3 times.
Did Groot die?
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Yeah,
Over.
everyone died, actually.
Chris Pratt still in those things?
Oh, yeah.
So great. Took the life out of me.
What? That's an honest question. I'm pretty sure he's in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
The fact that you like Super Mario and think like these movies are dumb and for losers is just so gross. Such a terrible
I'm
take.
sure on the outside it feels that way, but if you dig a little deeper, is a very clear reason why I draw a hard line.
Listen, this movie was good, and it was probably way better than that Super Mario movie that I've heard nothing about.
Petty. That
serious.
movie had the amount of media I saw about how good the Super Mario Brother movies was almost so much that I thought these people had to be lying. That's how much I saw it in the first week. There was at least 25 different instances that people were like, movie blew me out of the water. Quote, verbatim.
Anyways, that's not true.
Haven't seen anything about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, because
GOTG.
none of this is true.
GOTG Volume 3.
So yeah, did that. Great movie. And then yeah, that's about it.
Now you're here. Talking to your
I'm
best
here.
friends.
Yep.
Evan, did we go 5-0 this week in our games?
Let's see. JV won 2 of 3 in
Love
the
it.
week
Won the
on
series.
Wednesday and Thursday versus Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. GFC, baby.
GFC.
GFC.
Yeah, because of weather. Yep. Yes, that was Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, Cinco de Mayo, had this huge plan. I do not want Taco Bell. It's like, you know what? I'm going to order food. I'm going to actually see if Alex wants to go out. Alex was not wanting to go out. Fine. It's okay. I'll get
It's not really what Can we just pause real quick? Evan didn't really ask, do you want to go out? He said, do you want me to pick up food and bring it over? And it was going to be like 8 o'clock, so I figured I would just eat before that probably anyways.
And he said
so it wasn't,
like,
let's go out.
Anyways, sure, I could have initiated it. It's okay. So I was like, you know what? I asked Alex, is there any like Mexican restaurants around there that you recommend? He's like, no, not really.
Nothing that would blow your doors off.
Correct. Did my own research. Found this perfect spot. Rojo, it was called.
Red.
In Birmingham. Ordered it.
Rojo.
I spent more than I should have for one human being, but it all looked good, and it was like kind of cheaper. So
Cinco de Mayo.
Yep, paid for it online, sent it in.
See,
so excited to get it. So I did pay for it. I have paid for it. So excited to get it. And so instead of typing in the apartment address, I was going to type in the restaurant address to go pick it up. So it's right there, right after practice. Type it in, can't find it. Type it in, can't find it again. I'm like, well, what the hell? I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to type in Alex's apartment. I'm going to drive there. I'm going to find it. It's right around the corner.
Okay.
Thinking it was right around the corner.
Right.
Nope. I was like, I don't know where this is at. I went to the menu that I was looking at all day. Looked at the address. Plugged it in. I plugged it into the maps. Hit enter. 10 hours and 58-minute drive.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama was this restaurant, $35. You're welcome. From Birmingham, Alabama. I couldn't believe this crap. I was like, there's no way. There is no way I did that.
Oh, that's a great story.
So I spent $35 on food I didn't get to eat for Birmingham, Alabama.
Would love to see the look on your face when it said 10 hours.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, there's no way. And I Googled it again, and I was like, sure shit, this is the only restaurant in Birmingham. There's not even one in Michigan. So,
did you think about going the 10 hours to get it out of spite?
In my head, I was like, well, 10 hours down, 10 hours back, be 20 hours. Well, that's a full day, so I'll be late. Shit. So I had to do the dirty and bought Taco Bell.
Honestly, better off that way.
I mean, you could have got any food, but you just wanted Mexican for Cinco de Mayo.
And just had a lack of awareness on Google Maps.
Yep. Clearly lack of clicking a link. Friday, and then Alex was not having me falling asleep on the couch. She's trying to wake me up every 10 minutes during the Sixers-Celtics game.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't be sleeping at 9:30.
I fell asleep. I was tired. I've been up for 14 hours at that point.
That was a good game, too, if I'm thinking of the right one.
No, I fell asleep.
It was not.
Totally did not care.
Wasn't that the overtime one where Marcus...
No, it was the Friday. That was yesterday. It was the Friday game. It sucked. Yeah. James Harden had like 2 points.
So, yeah, Saturday golf round. I played fantastic the first five holes. Well, fantastic for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
And after that, just complete downhill. Saturday, 2-0. Sunday, 2-0. Brought home a championship trophy for the weekend. Battled the elements Sunday morning, battled some rain. Then it got super hot. It was nice, well worth it. Team needed it. Overall, solid weekend. And I went to the movies I can't believe how Ben went to the movies with us. Great time.
Yes.
Walking downtown, seeing everybody dressed up to the nine, and we're in sweatshirt and sweatpants. Like, wow, we do not belong.
The old Imagine Palladium walk.
Yep, good stuff.
Imagine have their heat on in like the lobby and like the concourse.
Evan was already freaking out before we had even gotten in there.
No, Grant,
you can tell Evan's been on edge this week.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt, and you walk into this place and you can feel the heat, like you're already starting to sweat and you haven't even done anything. That type of hot. I'm like, I'm going to be uncomfortable the entire movie.
I would be feeling the same, honestly.
The AC was blasting in the theater.
Thing I've ever put in my body.
It was.
Popcorn was?
It was super salty. It gave me a stomach ache.
Oh.
Did they do that, or did you do that?
No, they did that.
Oh, they salted the death out of it.
Yeah. So overall, solid
Evan, thank you for
weekend.
leaving those peanut butter M&Ms. I did eat those.
I knew that I left them on the counter for you. Other than that, Monday just won 2 games yesterday for JV baseball. Got a game tomorrow for travel.
You've won 6 games in a row total.
The kids are rolling.
This weekend was travel.
I know, but like games you've been involved in, you won 6 in a row.
Games I've been involved in, I've won 6 in a row. And 8 of the last 9.
Manager of the year. Potential.
Assistant
Being
manager.
put together.
Oh, big debut Thursday. Shout out. Freshman
You're pitching.
team. Their coach is unavailable, so I get to coach the freshman team at Saline Grant, 4:30. Single
Hope
game.
it goes better than
Don't
Good
say
luck.
it. You're
your
a
OC.
Say it. Oh, never mind then. Yeah, you can say that.
What did you think I was going to say?
Nothing.
Say it.
Nothing. But we can bring it up. Oh, and then lastly, today, I found these bag of chips yesterday at CVS of hometown. Gave it a try. Saw it on TikTok on Friday. Showed Alex. I was like, I think you'll like these, Alex. Found them. Tried them for lunch. And when I say these knock, they were so good, Grant. So good. Like it
I
hit
love that. What were they?
the new Doritos, hot mustard.
That's something.
And there's a hot mustard and there's like a ketchup flavor too. But the hot mustard, so good. Alex asked what flavor? Top 3 flavor. Top
Of like
3
any
flavor.
chip ever?
Any chip ever. Number 1, obviously, sour cream and cheddar.
I'm not sure
Number
that's
2.
obvious.
No, it's obvious. Alex. Name a better flavor.
What'd you say it was?
Sour cream and cheddar.
He said
Cheddar,
sour cream and cheddar. I mean, that's a good flavor, I guess.
Name a better one, Alex. Oh, there it is. There it is, the hot mustard. Not the mustard, the hot mustard. Yeah. Those,
That's a bag.
$5 for a bag?
no, I got mine for $1.98.
Good deal.
That's just online, Alex.
Definitely out on the ketchup ones, though. It seems gross.
But it was so good. I tried to get Alex to go buy a bag and give it a
I looked. They didn't have them.
Nope. But it was a life-changing experience. The only thing I was picturing is like eating these with a brat and a Busch Light in the summer. That's all I wanted. I couldn't.
New
Were you at
profile
school?
picture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I imagine Evan, like the scene in SpongeBob where the guy has the like jelly sandwich and he's like, "Hey man, you got to try the sandwich." Evan running around the THS cafeteria, like singing on top of the tables about his spicy mustard
Shut up.
Doritos.
Give me this scene.
Did it taste good when you lick your fingers at the end?
Ew,
Yes.
dude.
I bet it did.
Yes, it did.
I bet it did.
So that was
Sick.
my weekly recap. I don't think anything else. Can't think of anything. No.
All right, I'll take the baton from you. I went.
Grant, what'd you do in
to-
East Lansing, Michigan?
I went to Michigan State for Marissa's graduation of master's school, 6 years total. Got a master's degree. It was solid. Her guest speaker was pretty depressing.
Mm.
Very accomplished woman. Was like, I think they said she's the second most accomplished female engineer in the world. I was curious who was number 1 in the power rankings and how this power rankings work.
Where's that
but
AP top 25 and when does it
didn't
get
have
released?
time to ask that question. Yes, who were the AP voters? Where's Solari's ballot? Where's Couch's ballot? But nevertheless, very impressive. She's worked on a lot of nuclear weapons tensions between United States and Russia.
Mm.
But as you can imagine, she spoke like an engineer. It was very dry. It was very doomsday about what the future could be for our children, which was not inspiring to send these graduates into the world. But I saw what she was trying to do, just didn't really land. I am sad to report I did not get a melting moments, even though I believe they were selling them. But the ceremony was at 9 a.m. It just did not feel good. It didn't feel right. I'm not sure if you guys would have done it if you were me,
I would've.
but felt kind of gross. I don't believe you.
You can eat ice cream at 9 a.m. But you wouldn't want to get it on your outfit, Grant. do not hurt me with your outfit that you wore to graduation.
Oh, please. Please.
Just please don't hurt anybody.
That, I just wanted to show support by dressing up. And also sometimes when you have a suit and you don't wear it a lot, you feel like you're kind of not getting your money's worth if you don't wear it when you should wear it. So I decided to do that.
Legit. Dress to impress.
Just wanted to look like Roger Goodell.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. But it sounds like you think about Roger Goodell and his dress shirts often.
I do.
I had a Spotify versus Apple Music debate that I settled in my head once and for all, because although I'm a ride or die Spotify person, I'm open to Apple Music. I see a lot of my friends, Alex to name one, who swears by it. And throughout my life, I've wondered, why are people stuck in their ways about each one? But I finally found a feature that Spotify blows them out of the water in, and is why Spotify should be your go-to choice. When sorting through a playlist on Apple Music, you cannot sort by recently added to your playlist, which seems like a massive flaw in the system, because I don't know if you guys are like me, but when I find new songs, I like to listen to them a lot because they're the songs I like at the moment, and I want them to show up first in my playlist. So Spotify lets you sort by recently added to your playlist. Apple Music does not, which is laughable that they haven't figured that out.
It comes in at the bottom. It's all the new ones.
Correct.
Are just at the bottom.
But think about the hassle
where
of
they
that.
are, though.
Let's say, though, you have a playlist like me that's 500 songs deep. I have to scroll through all of them to hear the songs I just added to the playlist, as opposed to hitting a little filter and flipping the order. Elementary stuff. Crazy. Apple Music has not come up with that. Spotify is better for that reason alone.
I'm not ride or die for either, so...
Okay.
But I will say on this debate, the one problem with Apple that I personally have is I feel like their shuffle is garbage. Because you hit shuffle, I can shuffle my entire music library, and the same 22 songs will always play. Like every other song. Like it's always the same songs. I don't think it shuffles.
I'll tell you what, Spotify, to pile on both of them, similar problem. Their problem is I have like the transition effect on, where it blends the end of the song into the beginning of the new one. Great feature, but I think it's AI technology tries to find songs that sound similar. So what you get when you hit shuffle is you'll have like 5 Keith Urban songs in a 7-song span, because they all sound kind of similar with beats.
Yeah.
So it's like you're just hearing the same artist until you get out of their web. And no one wants that when you want shuffle. You want variety. You want different songs. So
shuffle on Apple doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Yeah. So there's that. My last thing. I put down the Matt Ishbia incident here because I was captivated by this moment. I thought it was funny from all angles. I didn't know how it fit into the rest of the sports talk. I loved it. If I was an owner, I would love to get in the action. That's why you bought the team. Hold on to the ball and just seeing him flop back in his chair was one of the funnier things. I might have watched that video like 20 times. I don't know why, but that struck the comedy gene in me. I don't know how you guys felt about the situation, but it was awesome.
I did think it was funny, but I didn't really have a strong opinion on it, though.
Just watching a grown man flop back in his chair.
I didn't have a strong opinion either. I mean, it's a scuffle and everyone's getting over. So I do like what he said afterwards. I mean, he doesn't really care. And breaking news, he just went up and they just hugged each other on the court before the pregame. Mel Tucker was sitting next to Matt Ishbia courtside, so there's that.
Mel's at the game.
Yep.
Good for
Did you
Mel.
see what Cody said?
I don't have my phone in here at the moment, so no. I'm sure it wasn't.
I guess it's a question for the podcast.
Can Mel Tucker focus on building a program instead of Suns Nuggets?
Not right now. No, he can't.
He's on a recruiting visit.
Question: can you build the program courtside from that game? Embrace debate. Potentially.
Yes, you can.
If a recruit sees that guy, is like, I want to play for that guy, watching tonight's game, maybe that's how
social
you get your
media.
next 5-star.
You recruit everywhere with social media. All you got to do is post one picture you sitting courtside.
Yes. Okay. Let's dive into some more questions for all of our teams. The state of the union of our sports teams. 5 to 10 minutes, I would say, for the lesser teams. Not calling out anyone in particular. The Red Wings, Tigers, maybe 5 minutes. For the Lions, maybe 10 minutes. I'll start us. I wrote down some questions. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. But it's kind of more big picture stuff, and we can get as in the weeds as we want. My first question about the state of the Detroit Lions. We're going to start with the moneymaker in town. Is this the most buzz around this team since 2015? To refresh your memory before you answer, we lost to Dallas in 2014. So going into the offseason, next season was 2015. So I was imagining trying to step back in younger Grant's life. I probably was very sky high about where the franchise was.
There's more hype right now.
You think so?
Yeah.
I love that.
I think there's just more hype every single year you build on it. Like, just as the years go older, there's always going to be more hype. As more people get into social media, more people are talking, more people are noticeable. Like, if it was the same situation, like, 10 years from now, it'd be, there's more hype then. There's always going to be more hype no matter
now,
what.
It feels like. We just can see
So I would
more.
say there's more hype now. Also, we're fully invested. I mean, 2015, yes, I guess we were still invested. We're trying doing this for a career. Now we're even more invested into it.
I think Alex cried in 2014 loss.
It's damn close.
I didn't cry. I said some bad things to the TV.
I was fuming in my living room.
Do you guys know what happened that offseason that kind of derailed the 2015 season? I did some digging back because I didn't remember all the pieces.
Oh, it's DeAndre Levy went like haywire.
He got hurt, yes, in like the first week and was out for the season, and we lost Sue to Miami. He got his bag.
Isn't that when we drafted Eric Ebron too?
And Nick Fairley?
Maybe.
We drafted Nick Fairley the year or 2 years before we lost to.
I think Ziggy Ansah was a sophomore going into that season because him and Sue.
Hey, Ziggy Ansah was good for a minute.
Ansah was not good.
Good for a minute. Good for a minute, Evan. Good for a minute.
Do you guys know Boston's down almost 20 at home right now?
I did. When you talked about that game, I put it on my
I just put it on, and I just couldn't believe it.
I'm going to focus back on the lines.
Sorry.
Thing. No. It's good. Good point. Does it feel weird to you guys that we seemingly have a competent NFL team?
No. It's about damn time.
Weird, yes. Alex, there's not about time. We haven't had that in our life.
Well, we did have a competent team, actually, from 2011 to 2015. We were relatively competent.
Not team, franchise, front office, ownership, head coach.
Everything aligned. Like, these people know what they're doing.
These people are on the same page.
Does it feel weird? No, it
Yes.
feels good. I'd say it feels good, not weird. I don't feel weird about it.
So, like, in the last couple of weeks, when you've seen, like, post-draft power rankings or, like, PFF has those graphics, like, who's winning the NFC and we're in the graphic, it doesn't feel weird to you?
Oh, it feels weird.
No.
Like, we don't belong.
It feels good.
Like we don't belong there still.
I shed that personality.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I'm not SOL.
No, it's not even being SOL. It's acknowledging.
Evan just said we don't deserve to be there.
Well, Evan, that's messed up if you said that. We deserve it, I think.
Well, I mean, we still haven't won anything.
Big picture was, it is crazy to think, though, that we were 1-6 last year, doubting the regime, saying, like, if Dan doesn't win 2 more games, maybe he's done. So I am nervous to fully drink all of the Kool-Aid in front of me.
Grant, you're already drinking it, dude. You can't spit it out. You've already guzzled it all down.
No, I might reversal a fortune into the sink. I'm debating on how much I should have drank.
No, you can't. Unless you pour peroxide down your throat and make yourself throw up, like they do to dogs.
That got dark.
Sorry.
I just think
happens.
I think we need to remind ourselves in the State of the Union how dark it was at the 7 games into last year. I mean, after that Patriots loss where we scored 0 points, we pulled the text in 5 and 7 crew. I said some mean things about people on our team. We were ready to cancel it. Done. What would your level of disappointment be on a scale of 1 to 10 if we miss the playoffs next year?
10.
8. It is still, NFL football where anybody can beat anybody on a given day, and we haven't had the playoff run yet. I'd expect to be in the playoffs.
Fine, 9. 10 would be too high.
Don't copy me. No, say 10. Because remember, you shed your SOL skin. And
Yeah, you
10.
did.
are
10.
I'd say 8 still. On paper, I don't know if that's true anymore.
Well, Evan has us losing all of our home games. So
Not all
Yeah, I
of
mean,
them.
that was a horrendous take. Could end up
We still
true,
haven't
but
fixed the
at this
run. We
current
still have not
moment.
fixed the run. We still have not.
So you
fixed
said
the
we're
run.
going 4-4 at home, and we were better at home last year than 4-4.
how are you going to get through Broderick Martin's arms?
We're 4-4. I just was.
We're better than
We
4-4.
can't just say. We
Grant.
can't just
Or
instantly say
Evan.
we're going to be 8-0, Alex.
Well, we can.
Oh, I did.
Responsible, but we could.
I did say
You
it.
think you
I was
fully believe we will not lose?
partially kidding. I don't think we'll
When
go
was the
8-0
last
at home,
time we
but
won every single home game.
I don't know if we've ever
Probably
done that.
1950. Probably when we hung a banner.
I do think that 4-4 is the extreme opposite end. And realistically, we're probably in the middle of what
Extreme opposite end. Extreme opposite end would be 0-8.
Correct.
they were 5-4
By that.
last year at home, and they lost their
And
first
a
like
we
four.
lost
loss
home
of the
games this year?
Seahawks that we were never
Oh,
in.
rigged.
Yeah, but Evan, we've improved.
So have
No,
other
Evan, we were in
teams
the Seahawks
that we
game.
play.
Watch your mouth.
You're playing two teams,
We still
one
have
team with a
not
rookie
seen our team
quarterback,
be
one
able
team
to
who
stop
doesn't
them.
have a quarterback, and one's Russell Wilson. That guy stinks now.
We lost to Sam Darnold last year.
It's true. We almost lost to Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
but
Russell Wilson
didn't.
was Sean
Bro,
Hunter
we
right now. It's
didn't.
not Nathaniel Hackett.
On the road, Evan. We lost that game on the road.
Yeah, so
So with that disappointment and expectations, are you guys nervous for the expectations?
No,
no, I'm excited
Bring it
for the
on.
expectations.
Okay, I like that. I'm
it's
a
fun
little
to
nervous
be
because
good.
I just know we're gonna get like laughed at by a lot of national people if we have a clunker because we are the off-season media darling right now.
Who cares?
That's a good attitude to have. I should try to adopt that. Okay, this is kind of in the same vein. Do you ever think at all in this offseason that we should be more humble going into the season?
Yes, because we haven't won anything. But it's not like, are we really being outrageous because we think that our team should make the playoffs? We're not even saying we should win the Super Bowl or even the NFC or even a playoff game. We're just saying we need to make the playoffs.
I don't think we even. I'm expecting to
walk it
win
down
the
to-
division. That's what my expectations are. Win the division, host a
Okay.
playoff.
And I'm not saying fans shouldn't expect to win the division. I'm just saying you see a
Schedule
lot
comes out
of
on
fan
the 11th.
accounts.
Schedule comes out in 2 days.
Correct.
To Thursday, yeah.
I will finally have something to talk about because we don't have anyone playing in playoff games.
I think
But
the
I
international
see-
games get announced tomorrow. Sorry.
Sorry, Grant.
No, it's fine. It's true. It's just crazy how the monolith the NFL is. That they just have us wrapped around their finger and we know all this stuff.
True, it is true.
I see a lot of fan accounts almost like penciling in and getting arguments that we are the best team in the division. And I have to remind myself, there's a team that won 13 games that hired Brian Flores to run their defense. That's going to be hard to go through because they have the best receiver in the NFL and competent play. That is like, I'm not penciling in the Lions should win the division.
The Vikings were the flukiest team in league history last year and then lost to a team
Yes, the
that
probability of
we
them
destroyed.
doing this, what was it? That close. What
Well,
were they in the
Alex-
close games? The probability of them doing
But
that
that-
again is unlikely.
We also should have
This
beat them
strength.
both times. That was when Dan was still learning how to coach and fumbled that game away. Then pretty much dominated them at home. And they were the luckiest team in the world. And if they didn't have that miracle, what was that, Christmas game? They scored like 50 points in a row or something to
against
be
the Colts. They were
the
down,
Colts.
whatever. The largest comeback in NFL history.
Yeah. So that team screams fluky.
But that feels like we're kind of nerd talk with like the point differential. Like at the end of the day, they won games. Like they figured it
Yeah.
out. So
But they
just
could
don't
have
think
easily
we
just
can-
had the whole thing flipped the other way.
I'm just saying if I was an odds maker, I'd have it more like tied as opposed to like Lions being favorites. That's why I'm trying to humble myself of like just make the playoffs. I'd love to win. It'd be cool if they won the division. I'm just humbling myself that there are other competent teams in the division. We also struggle mightily with Justin Fields, we destroyed them at home. We barely beat them on the road. You just have to remember. I know, Alex, but then if you're going to do that, then you can't discount anything the Vikings did because
5-1 against the division and should have been 6-0, Grant. That's what the odds makers are thinking. They're thinking, wow, that team pretty much handled the NFC North. They got better. They're young and learning and getting better. Of course they should win the division. I would say that I think the Packers could be sneaky okay just because their franchise is always good. I wouldn't rule them out. That seems egregious.
All right, let's get into it because I just had a question that is not about the Lions, but is I guess we can do a scale of 1 to 10. How nervous are we or expecting that Jordan Love is the next great QB, or do you think we're finally out of this cycle with
out of the cycle
quarterbacks?
I think, Grant, you need to stop phrasing everything as like we need to be nervous. Why would we be nervous about other teams? We should only be worried about ourselves.
Well, then I think you're just a big dumb idiot because
North for 14 years. There's a
when we all got
not last year,
and we carpooled down to Ford Field.
Okay, yes, that day stunk.
And the boogeyman just shoved.
But Zach Zenner was starting at running back
in that game. I'm just saying,
it's a team game.
Jordan Love is good.
I think Jordan Love will be pretty good. To answer your question, am I nervous about him being pretty good? No. Do I think he's going to be Aaron Rodgers? No.
Okay, that's good. That makes me feel better.
But I think he'll be pretty solid.
Because, like, it's not going to be fun, though, if he's good, because then all 4 teams are going to be somewhat competent relatively soon, because I'm expecting Jordan Love to be a stinker, and then I'm going to think that they're just going to be bottom feeders and win, like, 4 games.
And then get Caleb Williams.
Or, like, try to go for that.
And then they would have a quarterback.
I also don't buy Caleb Williams' hype. That's not what this show is about. I just think he's got a terrible attitude, and the whole fingernail thing will never fly. And
I agree. I don't love that, but
yeah, like
Evan, aren't you a huge Caleb Williams guy?
Yeah, he's the next great NFL quarterback.
Evan, you talked about Drake May though. You can't have both.
No, Sam Howell loves
News always better. News always better for
Evan. You and Ron Rivera going to bat for Sam Howell.
I will go to bat for Sam Howell.
News always better.
I'm not worried about Jordan Love being the next great QB.
I'm not either.
I think he will not be.
I'm not worried
Hall of Fame wide
either
receivers on his team.
But if he is good, like Alex thinks, then the division becomes a lot harder because all 4 teams are competent. Because I am not going to dismiss Justin Fields because I think he is hard to plan for. And he ran all over us.
Once.
All over us.
Every team ran all over us.
He ran all over us in the second game. We were backs against the wall because we got embarrassed.
He had like 60 rushing yards on the first drive against us.
Yeah, that first drive at home against the Bears was a doomsday. I thought like the wheels were off the team, but we responded.
Destroyed them. Okay. That game wasn't even close.
Well, then you didn't watch because the first drive
I did watch. Yes, and then right after that, the game was over because they did nothing else the rest of the game.
They were up 14-10, I think.
I would say second quarter we started taking a hold of the game, but it was not from the moment the ball was.
Wasn't nervous.
And they're going to go look at some score plays and try to spin your narrative. But anyone who watched the game, which I'm not
I did watch the game. Yes, I did.
No, it doesn't sound
yes, because I was JMO snap watching. The Bears scored 10 total points in that game, and they scored on the first drive.
And then field goal.
So like I said, they scored a touchdown. Then we answered with a touchdown immediately. Then they kicked a field goal. And then we absolutely destroyed them.
Okay, but at 10-7, what time was it?
First quarter.
This is such a stupid debate. No.
3 minutes left in the first quarter.
All right.
And then we scored 20 seconds into the second quarter.
All right. So second quarter, you're down 3 after you just got skunked basically by Carolina. So yeah, it was nerve-wracking, Alex.
It was nerve. You get nervous in the fourth quarter when you're down 3 points.
When you just got embarrassed by the Panthers, yes. First quarter, yes. Embarrassed.
It's just no faith in this team.
Yeah,
they just shoved it right down your throat and won 41-10.
Carson Wentz was your one win.
I said they were going to beat the Bears. Okay?
Listen,
it was not.
Just don't act like I didn't watch that game. We dominated that football game from the second quarter on.
That's
I
fair
mean,
to
we
say.
actually scored every drive, so pretty much. So I don't know
There's
what
two
you
sides
want
of
from
football,
them.
though, Alex. It's not all about flashy offense.
41-10.
Right, the defense stepped up. It's like
10. Justin Fields was 7 of 21 for 75 yards, was sacked 7 times, then threw a pick. He did run for 132 yards on 10 carries.
Correct. He's a running back. You can't just look at passing stats for those guys. Anyways, my point is I have one more question. Into the schedule release narrative, I've been trying to do some mental gymnastics to think what I would like. So we know JMO's out the first 6 games. Would you rather it be a cupcake 6 games, or would you rather it be some tough games in the beginning that we're probably going to lose no matter what and get those out of the way without him and then have him against weaker opponents? For example, the Chiefs. Part of me wants to play the Chiefs when we don't have JMO because we'd probably lose with JMO. So just get it out of the way and then have JMO for the lighter schedule. Your thoughts?
Thoughts are hopefully that we get the Chiefs at a site that is not at Arrowhead. That gives us a better chance.
I want to be fully.
It's not.
I want to be a full roster. Everybody. I want our best against their best. That's what I want from the Chiefs.
I do want our best against their best
I
as
love
well,
that.
so I can
Because
see
I don't want the whole
how this
there'll be
where this team's
the
at.
delusional Lions fans that are going to be out there and be like, "Well, if we had Jameson, we'd probably win that game."
No one's going to say that.
No.
Oh, Evan thinks Jameson's a bust.
Well, he is a bust because he hasn't played.
Just wanted you to say that on the pod.
You're welcome.
It's hard to argue.
He's going to played. He's going to have sat out more games than he's played in. They're two
Charles
games.
Rogers' career.
We know the stats. But Evan,
Mike
your
Williams'
point
career.
is, I don't know. I think I might call him the SOL, but I'd rather just lose to the Chiefs without JMO.
I want full Arsenal. I want to see if we can go. I want to see if our offense can go toe to toe with their offense. I want
It will.
Ben
Quick
Johnson
answer,
in this
no.
Duffy for that game.
Quick answer, probably not.
No, we won't be able to stop the run.
They might not even run. Evan, why do you think we can't stop the run? We have new defense and new guys.
What
Jack
defense?
Campbell.
Are you getting film from like practice or something? Like
We have new
Yeah,
guys
it's the
that are
DC.
good, and I do live. I can see into his house right now.
no, you can't. You're not in the
So
right
messed
position
up.
to see it. You have no front windows. Actually, that's a lie.
Evan, yes, I can. I can see into him right now.
Oh, wrong room. I forgot.
He's riding the Peloton.
He's not. No Peloton.
Watching film on the Chiefs.
Not even there.
Probably in the basement
Um,
watching film.
The last time we saw the line, we had new players last year.
Just come on, give him a chance. Yes, Grant.
And
Best
when
on
we stop
best.
the
Let's
run
see
and we're
it.
top 10 in rush defense, then I'll say yes.
So you'd rather have.
I want.
So you want the easy teams first, and then the perceived harder teams with JMO at the end.
Sure.
Well, honestly, if we're just
we need to
talking
get off to a hot-
specifics-
The only reason we missed the playoffs is we got out to a 1-6 start. Hot start off the gate.
Yeah.
Everyone chasing us.
I hope we play
Lost to the
Chiefs
Panthers.
week 1 on the opening Thursday night game. I think that'd be cool.
Oh God, would lose by
It's just not going to
45.
happen.
Good.
Your obsession with this Chiefs thing is kind of weird.
You want-
Why do you care so much?
Because that's his favorite team.
No,
Correct, but I'm just, is that it? Or is it like, why is.
because they're the Super Bowl champs, and we get to play the Super Bowl champs on prime time in front of the world. And if we beat them, everyone's going to declare us the regular season champs already, and it'd be awesome.
So
I also
everyone's
saw
going
a
to turn into
monitor
Michigan
tweet,
fans.
Well, Evan, 75% of our fans are Michigan fans.
Declaring championships before they happen. Right? That's what I'm saying.
No, I was saying the
Oh.
media would put us up pretty high if we won.
But you don't care about the media. You said that earlier in this podcast.
No, I don't. I just think it'd be cool to beat them on primetime TV.
It
It'd
would
be an electric moment. It'd be just like the Packers
But
game
if-
last year.
But if you beat the Chiefs and then lose your first round playoff game, it doesn't really matter.
Correct.
No, but that means you got to the playoffs. And that's my goal this
Well,
year.
that's expected, yeah. Anything else for the Lions for the state of this team?
Excited to see their new helmet that everyone says we're getting.
Do you? Yeah, me too. Do you? Well, they're probably. I'm gonna have
It'll be
faith
blue
that they're
or white,
playing,
which
otherwise
one?
I think they'll figure it out.
I think I want white.
Yeah.
And then the new unis are next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's like no way Jack or Sam were involved in the Iowa gambling ring, were they? Because that kind of concerned me when I started thinking about it.
I honestly didn't even think that was a possibility. Based on how
I hope it's not.
Mr. Campbell talks, I would say he definitely did not. I don't know anything about Laporta's off-the-field stuff. I would say no. I think we would know that by now.
All right, good. I'm taking that as Bible.
Does it matter? It'd be an NCAA violation. They're not in the NCAA anymore. Would it even matter?
Oh, yeah, not for suspensions, but it's just not great vibes for what just happened in the building.
I think we're good. I think they're cleared. They didn't do it.
JMO back in the facility again working, so that's good. I saw
Hutchinson finally got a picture, so he finally showed up. Good for him.
Oh, is he back?
He just showed up. He operates showed up.
Set of standards than everyone else.
He's only a
It's
Pepsi
different.
player.
The classic Michigan entitlement.
Oh, dude, you trying to double down on this take after you were so wrong about JMO is disgusting, and I won't stand.
Well, JMO was there. He's just suspended.
No, he was not there.
Could have been there. He was there before Aiden Hutchinson.
They showed pictures of him the first day he was there, and then he got suspended.
Hutchinson was the last person to get there.
And that's fine. He basically,
I don't think that's a big deal at all. But you made it such a big deal about everyone else, so that you should only be fair that you hold everyone to the same standard.
Well, one, you're wrong. That you're just wrong because I did
Hold everyone to the same
everyone
standard.
else. I said, Alex, don't try to get cute. I said for JMO it was a problem, and I was 100% right and vindicated on that because of his previous behavior patterns. Try to tell me I'm wrong.
Hutchinson should have been there. All the team captains were there, and he wasn't.
I would love for him to have been there, but it's not the same standard. He has had zero red flags other than you think because he makes TikToks, he's a bad person.
No, I never said that. I haven't said
He's going to
that.
be a bust.
I never said anything about TikTok.
I don't think
The
we've
best
ever.
thing
I
about
didn't.
Evan and
Don't think we've ever
Hutchinson-
talked about his
Yeah.
Don't
TikToks.
excuse me. Don't put words in
Maybe
my mouth.
not on
I
here,
never
but you
said.
texted me like, I'm concerned that he makes TikToks after draft night. He's lost his focus and edge. Like,
I
real
said
things
that.
came out of your mouth. Yes.
Probably to troll you, because clearly it got to you if you're still thinking about it a year later.
My favorite thing about after Hutchinson's second sack of the night against Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, Evan goes, finally, Hutchinson might be good.
I still think Evan's out on him. He likes Thibodeau more.
Well, Evan did the whole Kevin Ollie bit where he said he'd never root for the Lions again if we drafted Hutchinson, and we changed his mind, so we're good.
It's also
Still
a
don't
great
agree with the
point.
pick. Still don't agree with the pick.
Speaking of Pistons,
Oh,
franchise-altering night. That's the state of the team. It's a franchise-altering night on May
Is that-
16th, next week.
for scrawny
Oh,
skin and
is that
bones
this
boy that
week?
can't do anything in the post.
For scrawny skin and
Oh,
bones, boy, it's gonna
God,
be the
so
next
Evan thinks
best
that
player of
Wemby
all time,
stinks.
Evan.
I don't think
Evan
that.
has vendettas against all tall and skinny.
Evan hates
That's just
anybody
a fact.
that's supposed to be good. He does. He just doesn't like them. He doesn't like people that are good.
No.
You mean Chet Holmgren,
No,
the
he
biggest boss
hates-
in the NBA history?
Dude, he hasn't even played yet.
Evan, to your
Best
point,
skills
though,
availability.
about that kid, he's been in a lot of commercials and talking a lot of smack, acting like he's good. I have one raised eyebrow on Chet, just seeing how he develops, because he's been
Can't
in
say
a
he's
lot
the
of
biggest
commercials
bust
where
in
guys
history
never
when he
played.
hasn't played a game yet.
I guess I can.
Well, I didn't, but Evan did.
No, Evan, that's a terrible statement. You don't know
So
yet.
Alex, he's winning Rookie of the
Uh,
Year. Chet Holmgren's gonna win Rookie of the Year.
He'll technically get to be a rookie, right? Because he played 0
It's
games.
so stupid.
That's not baseball.
That's how baseball works.
Alex. Well, Alex, why can't Evan do that? Have you ever heard of the great Bambino calling his shot? Sometimes you just have to call your shot. He's
Yeah,
calling his
it's
shot.
not calling your shot when you just call everyone a bust that's injured.
I called him a
J-Mo.
bust before he got injured, though.
Yeah, you said Joey
Well,
Hauser's
JMO's
better than that.
JMO's a dual package. He really rubbed people the wrong way by getting suspended, and you can't blame people for being mad.
Calling him a bust seems extreme, is my point. Saying Hutchinson wasn't the right pick is still an extreme take.
Yeah, that's
Just
crazy.
think in
That's Evan's
years
joke.
of
Evan,
draft, he would not be the second overall pick. That's my standing point.
that's one of those things that like Evan doesn't really believe it. He just
No.
My
Oh.
standing point. I don't think
Reaction on me,
Hutchinson
and I'm
would
not
be the
gonna
second
give it to
overall
him.
pick. I think he would. Like, there's no difference between Luke Van Ness and Aiden Hutchinson.
I guess we'll see. Evan once again is calling his shot, but the guy had more
See,
picks.
these are
than
the
Sauce Gardner and had almost 10.
Extreme takes I'm talking about.
I mean, Evan, this guy had the highest double team rate in the NFL and almost had 10 sacks and had more picks than the defensive rookie of the year. He was an absolute
Couldn't get to the
game-changing
quarterback, so
force
they had to drop him
anytime.
off in coverage.
Next.
That was
I can't handle this terrible take. Can't handle it.
No, I know. He wrote me in. He did it. Credit to him. The big question with the Pistons is, one, are you out of patience with the franchise?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, because we have Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, and Cade Cunningham, which by Evan's standards, Cade's probably a bust too.
No, kid's awesome, dude. He's such a dog. He played a year out.
Even though he just missed a whole season.
He played his rookie year.
I
He was the only
would like
reason
him
that
to
people
eat
went
meat.
to games.
Facts. Okay, let me rephrase it this way, Alex. If they don't make the play-in game, are you going to be upset?
We're getting the number 2 pick. It's over. It's already been written in the stars.
I don't know why.
Jesus, the doomsday for you is just
It's
exhausting.
not doomsday. It's not doomsday. It's not like
No,
the
Alex,
franchise is
answer my
moving.
question.
Would I be disappointed? Yes.
Like, yeah, if it.
Would I be
I'm
out
saying
on
you're out
them?
of pa-
No.
I think you're out of patience because you need to
We're
see
out
them
of
do something
patience.
next year.
We are now the
Depends how it
I'm out of
goes. Like,
patience.
are we competitive or are we like the exact same as if this year repeats itself next year? Then yes, I will be slim on patience.
I think you're being way too nice. I think you're being nice, and I appreciate that, but you're being way too nice. I just watched
I have
the
to be
Thunder
nice 'cause
win a
I-
play-in game. Why?
You're not this big as
Because I boycotted a different Detroit team, so I can't boycott all of them.
I just can't sit around and watch the Kings get the 3 seed and the Thunder win a playing game, and for us to puddle around and win 25 games again. They have to do something.
I think they
It's
will.
too late. That's fine. But I'm saying I'm trying to get you into saying.
Will I be disappointed? Yes. Will I be fully out of patience?
No, because you won't
Depends
watch
how we
enough
get to the
games.
record.
Like I have
Mostly
no
involved.
Probably true.
Emotion.
If we're
I have
horrendous,
no
I won't
more
care because I'm
time.
gonna be watching.
That's out of patience. I think.
I didn't watch this year, and I'm not out of patience.
I'll say this: if I have no more time to watch them putz around and win 20, 25 games. If that happens, they are now Tigers tier for me, where I just do not care what they do, and they are dead until they win a playoff series. Because I can't. This year was different because Cade got hurt, and I understand that. But now you've been bad for so long, and all these other teams that we used to laugh at have leaped us, and now. Ding dong, you are the laughingstock of an entire league. You are the laughingstock of the NBA. If you don't get moving, I'm done with you. I just can't do it anymore.
It's all fair.
And it makes me upset that you, on top of this, you have to fire your assistant general manager because he's basically sexually harassing a woman for a year. And so there's other things with the organization
Not basically.
that are just making me, yeah, he got fired for it. He's just, thank you for that, Alex. It's just gross, and it speaks to more mismanagement going on, and I need to see better. We need to be better.
Agreed.
I had a question. We answered off the top. I wrote, is Evan out if the coaching hire is Ali? And I think we know that answer. We do.
Oh yeah.
For the record, I'm not.
What if they make the play-in game with Ali? Are you watching that game, Evan? I think you are.
Who's the starting lineup?
Because
Who's in the starting lineup? Did we sign a superstar?
It's okay.
That wouldn't be
I like
Kevin
this.
Ollie's
I got a lineup
job.
for you. Cade.
Well, Kevin Allen's got to have a game plan coming in.
Yep, and he's going to give a game plan for Cade, Jaden Ivey,
Okay, I'm behind those two.
Duren,
Okay.
Wemby,
Oh, Grant.
Jeremy Grant.
Again?
Where's Bogdan?
Yeah.
Bogdan.
Oh shoot, we trade him at the deadline.
Oh.
What?
Or he's our,
But we're still in the playing
Oh, I'm
game.
sorry,
What
guys.
did we get?
We love Bogey.
Should've got
We got a
2
future
firsts
first.
for him.
6 first for him.
Bogdan. Are you
It's a
watching?
star.
Evan? You're watching.
Against who's it against?
You're watching.
Home or away?
It's
Home against the
Cavs.
Hornets.
Home.
Is Miles Bridges on our team?
No.
No, he's a bad guy. We don't do that.
Oh.
We're home against the Pacers.
Ew.
Ew. Malice
They're
at the
better than
Palace.
us.
What
You guys
channel
say
is it
ew,
going to be
but
on?
jeez, dude.
And who's calling the game?
NBA TV.
Oh,
Evan, come
I
on,
could
dude. Are you just going to watch it or no?
no.
All right, we'll hold you to that.
So Kevin Ollie could be a
Playoffs.
great coach, and you would just be out on him because
He's not a great coach. He's a
But what if he was? So why do you rule people out so fast?
because he backpacked. He took
You just
Jimmy Butler's team.
automatic bust. This is the fourth bust on the show.
Now, you saw what a good coach can do to the UConn program. He burnt that to the ground.
But he won a ship.
He won a title.
Calhoun's recruits.
Evan, that was 10 years
Troy
ago.
Weaver's
Give the guy a
players.
chance.
Okay, spin zone. He doesn't have to recruit in the NBA.
Correct.
Spin zone. NBA is a different basketball now. He's outdated.
He's been coaching prospects that go into the NBA. He must know something.
Which prospects?
Overtime
LeBron said
elite.
Something nice about him.
Which prospects are those? I don't know what overtime elite.
He
are.
mentored Kevin Durant in when he was in the NBA.
That's a lie.
This
Kevin
is
Durant
might be-
mentors Kevin Ollie. Kevin Durant doesn't need any guidance.
Well, Kevin Durant did need
This
guidance
might
when
be
he was
This
18.
might be too in the weeds, Evan, but there's two twins, the Thompson twins, that are going to go top 6
Trace
in the
and
NBA
Clay?
draft. It's Amen Thompson and another Ausar, Ausar Thompson. They're two kids that play for Overtime Elite, so they probably worked with Kevin Ollie at some
Also,
point.
we're trading back
That-
out of the number 2 pick to get both of them.
Kevin Ollie is not going to be the
We might-
GM drafting players, Evan.
But he could.
He should be. He's the head coach of the basketball team. He should have some.
The head coach of the basketball team doesn't do that.
I will
I'm
say, though,
sure
if
Greg
Dwayne Casey was
Popovich
doing our
does.
drafts,
I'm sure
we'd be
Steve Kerr
terrible.
does.
Eh,
Thibodeau does.
maybe. It depends. Why do you say it so confidently?
Ultra does.
Thibodeau?
Look at look at Thibodeau's rosters that he's had. It's all been defense oriented.
He's claiming
Zero offensive
things.
skill.
Evan, I think
It's the GM's
chance
job.
There's no chance Pat Riley defers to Eric Spoelstra on who gets picked. There's no chance.
I'm sure they talk about it, and they're like, hey, yeah, we're going to probably take this guy. Is that okay with you, Spolstra? And he's like, yeah, man, you're the boss. And then he probably takes whoever the he wants.
That's probably pretty close to how it goes.
So, Kevin Ollie's not drafting.
Last thing on this team, what kind of progress do we need to see this year?
Don't care.
Playing.
Pretty straightforward.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Evan.
Dude,
All right.
Alex, you don't have
That's fair,
Valley
that's
either.
right.
You're not going to watch them. Let's just be honest.
I
don't have
do
Bally.
have access to Bally. Yes, I do. I can watch Bally. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. My parents have it. I can sign in and watch it anytime.
Oh, why didn't you make that effort this year?
Because they were,
At the
I
beginning
did.
of the
I
year,
watched
they
the
were
first
not
like
the
5
worst.
games, and then they were already. Then Cade got injured, and then you just throw it in the toilet
Sure, back
You know
out
why?
of it
Because
now.
Corey
Backtrack
Joseph was playing
now.
meaningful minutes.
because they were a bad team. Evan.
I need to see a play-in game and a play-in win.
Not happening.
That's what I need to see.
Well, you've only
Not
needed
happening
that
with
for 3 years.
Scooter.
There's Evan again, already declaring that things
Evan.
cannot happen.
Evan, I actually think
A
you'd
full
love
year
Scoot
away.
Henderson. If we're gonna be serious, I think you'd love Scoot.
I think
Scoot's
Scoot's
the
good.
number 1 pick.
We don't need a
David
number
was
1 pick to
already
make the
there.
play-in game. Evan, what is this doomsday thing
It's
you're
just
doing
reality,
today?
Alex. This team is the
It's
worst
not.
team in the.
We have a
this is the worst
14%
franchise in the NBA.
chance.
Wait, can I throw a
That's a
flag? I
family
want to
grade,
just
Alex.
operate. I want to operate in logic, though, Evan. Wouldn't us not getting the number 1 pick be good because you do not want Wembanyama?
I just don't think he's as good as people say. It's not that I don't want him.
Oh, I tried to catch up in the trap. Okay, I see that more now.
With social media, the
don't know.
overhype of him being like God's gift is like just
Oh, yeah, there it is. Evan hates anybody that gets hyped up by media. That's another one.
correct. It's over.
That's the player's fault.
I'm not saying it's a player's fault. It's just a reality that they're not as good as people think. Zion Williamson, not as good as people thought.
He is good. He just has a lot of problems
He's
off
fat
the
and
court.
overweight and has bad knees. Not good.
Those are the things off the court I was referring to.
No, him being overweight refers to on the court. Like his fat
It
body
is true
can't run up and
overall,
down the court,
yes.
so that involves him being
He's-
on court.
His basketball skills are good if he just wouldn't get fat.
Yeah, this is a dumb argument. The bottom line is he wasn't worth the pick.
Correct.
It was a bad pick.
At that, yes,
That's fair.
at this moment, correct.
And we had
At
Stephen
any
A.
moment.
Smith and First
That's
Take debating if that Duke team could beat the Cleveland Cavaliers that year. And everybody was saying yes.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean Zion's bad because media guys are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, be better than Stephen A. Although Evan loves those morning shows.
He does. For someone that hates all the media so much, you love your morning shows.
I don't watch them as much anymore because Undisputed's not what it used to be. It's unwatchable with the content that they're putting out anymore.
Detroit Tigers, unwatchable.
Go Tigers.
Speaking
Oh, come on.
No, they've been better. They've been better. There's no doubting about that.
3.5 hours.
They're off to the best.
Central.
They're off to the best start they've had in 4 years, maybe. I think
And they're under 500, so that says a lot.
Their whole division.
The problem is
besides the Twins.
The problem is that they reached such a low point in the double rebuild that I started to care less about the sport of baseball in general. So that's a problem. So it's like trying to get back into the sport I used to like. The pitch clock is helping. My biggest take on the state of this team is I need to see Riley Green, Torkelson, and our pitching prospects to at least just be above average, or I'm going to have some existential sadness that all the losing we didn't produce anything. It's kind of where I'm at in the balance, because if those guys end up being good, I can say it was worth doing that all. But if they miss somehow, it's going to be a lot of depression. That you did all of that for nothing. So I'm not sure what anyone else has to say about it. They're kind of a sad state right now. But I think brighter days are ahead.
Good news, Grant. Players that played in over 30 games, Riley Green's leading the team in average.
That's good. That is good.
Pitching prospects, now a couple of them are injured. It's hard to get out of that.
Yeah.
Casey Mize bust.
Oh,
on your logic,
you
Devin.
put it on. You could give him that title. You could. You could do that. Thanks a lot for ruining my day. Not a bust yet, just because he's injured, Alex.
It's your logic, man, not mine.
Oh, he's played.
He's not fighting it. He's not
played.
fighting it.
It's the Kate Cunningham. He's played. He's actually not a bust. He's actually watched him pitch.
J-Mo has a touchdown.
Mize Day. Remember when we used to do Mize Days?
Oh,
Happy
those were
Mize
good
Day.
days. Remember Casey Mize's first ever start against Chicago? All went to Mugs to watch it as a family.
No, I do not.
Oh, I was there. I remember it.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Probably pitching for a 32-74 team.
I think we talked about it jokingly, but as things have gone on, I have faith in Scott Harris, and I'm curious if you guys do as well.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to the draft to see what he does in the draft. Is he going to draft more high school or college prospect? I think if it's more college prospect based, I think he's trying to speed up this rebuild. If it's more high school based, I think you need to put the thing in reverse and we're rewinding the clock again. Avila's last draft was basically
disgusting.
he saw he's getting out, so he didn't really care who he drafted, I would say. Maybe it was a try to save my ass job where I'm drafting a bunch of college kids. But I would say if Harris is drafting a bunch of high school prospects, it's another, okay, we have to wait 6 or 7 years for these guys to finally develop. If he's drafting college kids, now we'll be in the top of the draft again. Your college kid should be an impact in a year or two.
Good now.
So if he does college or if he does high school, I think that's the biggest thing you should look at.
I'm good with never drafting a high school pitcher again. I'll just say that.
Second
I'm
end.
good with that. And I'm excited to see what this team looks like without Mickey. I love him for what he gave me throughout my
I'm
childhood.
excited for the
It's
salary
just-
cap. To see what it looks like without making.
That too. I'm also nervous that we may not spend the money to replace that. We might just
Oh, yeah,
cheat
dude.
those.
We probably won't.
Us being cheap? No. Never.
But I think the combo, if we can keep Hinch and Harris around, I think that can overcome a lot of problems within the organization as a whole. I have faith in those two men to lead us in the right direction.
I think Hinch will dip.
I thought that earlier, but now that I think that they're actually playing okay, and if they can play, I don't know. I don't know what the goal is. In order to see some hope, I need to see this team get close to 500 in the season. That's the bar that I'm trying to reach. And if they can do that, then I think he sticks around because I think he's invested and he likes Harris. That would be my hope. I don't want to lose Hinch. I think he's a really
I don't want to lose him either, but I just feel like he'll leave. Especially
But you
if
could also make
we
the
reset
argument
the clock.
He never won anything without cheating. So there's a question.
Well, maybe we should start cheating.
And
Everyone cheats.
Let's do it too.
okay. Next team, the Red Wings. Are we still full trust, full speed ahead in the Yzer plan?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's just going to be exciting. Prospects up,
You think so?
draft. ninth pick. I saw some prospects that I've been looking at today since we have the ninth pick. Not too bad. Not too bad. There's some prospects in that range I like.
All that time freed up from not having to care about the Pistons.
Correct. Just completely weight off my shoulders. I still feel like he has a plan. He knows what he's doing. Obviously, you want a superstar on the team. You want him to go out and sign somebody big and huge. Don't know if it's going to happen, but I feel like we're getting better every single year.
Evan, I've heard the top 5 of this draft is loaded. Any chance we could package our 2 first-round picks and move up? Does that work like that in hockey?
I don't think so.
In football, it does. Football, we get one of these guys.
I think football's the only one.
You have to find a team that is willing to do it, that has a complete roster.
Vancouver, they do dumb things.
Let's see, you have to have the exact perfect situation. You have to give up a haul more than just your 2 first-round picks. You have to find a team that fell in love with one of the top prospects. Let's say we trade up for the 4th pick, and they fell in love with the guy at number 3 that went. Now you have to trade up for that team, willing to trade back. They just need as many prospects as possible because their farm system, their talent isn't there. That would be the situation that you need to jump up in. I'm not willing to do it. I still think you need to reboot your farm system. Keep as many prospects as possible. That way, when we are on verge of the trade deadline and all that stuff, you can give up a couple.
Grant wants to win now.
Grant will win now next year when we have a complete roster.
This coming season?
This coming season. You'll be fighting for a playoff push the entire year.
If we don't make the playoffs next year, I'm hitting the button.
What button is that?
The I'm annoyed button. It's taking too long button.
What about the Pistons?
Well, you have to
I'm
hit
annoyed
the Pistons too if you do that.
Oh, I trust me. I said I'd be highly disappointed.
But you're not going to hit the button.
I didn't. No, they'd get that. They'd get the same annoying. They already have the button
5 years ago for the Pistons, but the Red Wings getting it. Sounds like some bias there, Alex.
No. The Pistons, they're already below that button. They're already you need to do something.
That's all I need to hear. I will be disappointed if we don't make the playoffs next year. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
I'm not even saying I'm hitting the panic button. I'm just saying I'm hitting the why haven't we made the playoffs button.
I think it's premature based off the roster that we had when Howland left.
Yeah, I think we just had to really I think Stevie Y had to tear it down to the studs. And we always have to remind ourselves that it's hockey, and when you sign someone at age 18, you don't see them play in a Red Wings uniform until they're 23, essentially. And that's just a tough timeline to deal with as fans. Whereas in the NFL, we're going to see Jack Campbell have 200 tackles in year 1.
Correct.
It's just a different sport, and it's tough to think of. But as Evan said, from what I've read, Max Boltman, beat writer for The Athletic, we got guys in the pipe. We got some guys that came up at the end of the year. Simon Edvinsson.
Mm-hmm.
We got Soderblom.
Yep.
We got Carter Mazer.
Kosa.
He looks like a dog.
Kosa's on verge of starting in the NHL. I don't think he'll do it next year.
Kosa's on the verge of doing something sick. We got guys coming. But this is what I would like to see. And Stevie Y said, temper your expectations because the free agency market's tough. The trade market could be tough. I would like to see a big boy move, big boy trade this offseason to galvanize the fan base. I want us to go into the year with something, a new face to get excited about. A step up from David Perron. I was excited that we got David Perron, but I need more than just David Perron. I need a guy that's a dog like Johnny Hockey or Alex DeBrincat. If you got me one of those guys, I'd be over the moon. Or trade up in the draft and get a stud. That's what I want to see. I want to see it aggressive, like we're trying to win it tomorrow. I think we transition into Michigan football now.
Michigan football. Oh my God, they're winning the national championship and the Heisman Trophy.
Blake Corum, and yes.
My bad.
This is for sure the most confidence I've had in a team currently.
Ever.
Of the teams we've
Good for you, if so.
That's a good question, Alex. That's a good question.
So who's replacing
of the
your
teams we
offensive
cover
line?
on the podcast?
Who's replacing everybody on your offensive line?
Transfers.
The good news is 3 of them stayed, so we're only to replace 2 bodies And we got another guy that was on the Remington list last year from Stanford, and then a dude from Arizona State.
Oh.
And we also have guys in the pipe. So, but Zinter, Keegan, and Barnhart all came back. Zinter could have gone pro.
Defensive secondary. Who's going to step up?
Will Johnson will be one of the best, if not the best, cornerback in the entire country. So we have him to anchor us.
All from Grosse Pointe.
I mean, he had 2 picks in the Big Ten championship game.
So that makes him the best corner in the country.
7-5. Was he guarding?
Yeah, I mean, you can dive in.
The best corner in the country.
At times.
Do you realize how crazy that statement is?
You can look up any stats you want. This kid's he's a 5-star from Grosse
I know who
Pointe.
he is.
He wore Charles Woodson number for a reason. He's legit.
Yeah, that's
legit.
what I expect then.
He's the only one on our team who could cover Jayden Reed. DJ Turner couldn't really do it, and DJ Turner went in the second round. This kid's legit. I would not be stunned if he was the best corner in the country. I really would not.
You basically declared it.
No, I mean, but that's like the rank. Like, he's elite of the elite in college football at covering. Evan's question's fair. Safety-wise, we still got Rod Moore, Makari Page. The second corner is the biggest question mark on the entire defense, I would tell you. Whoever is the other corner is going to get picked on because they're not going to want to throw to Will Johnson a lot. So that is the question mark. The linebacking core is probably the best it's been in a few years. If the Coastal Carolina transfer is solid, the D-line will have reloaded. The defensive tackles are going to be otherworldly from what we've seen as Michigan fans recently. So that's huge. And then offensive, I mean, I don't think they really
shot in the dark.
Kenneth Grant and then Mason Graham. Yeah. Big boys. Mason Graham's a beast.
Reckless.
Is anybody else's screen lagging?
No, I'm good right now. And I see you good, so just hold on, buddy.
Dude, you guys are like... your heads are just going off about like 15 minutes later.
How's the audio, though? Audio okay?
It's good. It's just like I'm like talking in a dark room. Like I can't see anything.
Turn the lights on.
I can't see you guys. Not how it works.
Expectations. I'm sure you guys will like this because if they fall short, it'll be funny to watch me be sad. But my expectations are to be in the national title game, and I think this is your best shot to win it.
Versus Georgia?
I don't know. You tell me who makes
Georgia.
it. I don't know who makes it. Georgia makes it again? Then yeah, this is your best chance to win a title.
Who's covering Brock Bowers?
It's a good question. Committee.
Oh, I'm picking on that.
But who's throwing to Brock Bowers? Who's throwing to Brock Bowers?
5-star quarterback that they have chucking in their spring game.
They have 2, I think.
Game on.
Plays against the best defense in the country every single day at practice.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be like, we're just going to...
That has better arm talent than Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett was just a man amongst boys, literally and figuratively, and just experienced and right place, right time.
But, Evan, I know you value experience, so it could be scary watching
it could be. First couple games.
First-year guy.
But their non-conference and their schedule is pretty cakewalk because the East
and newer is always better.
I'm not going in afraid until I see it, and I'm like, okay, they're a juggernaut. But again, it's college football. They're all 21-year-old kids. I would never be like, the team can never beat Georgia. That'd be stupid to think.
This Michigan State team can never beat Georgia.
See, what the hell?
Never know.
Central Michigan can never beat Georgia.
That's true.
Correct. I agree with that.
21-year-old kids.
But I think this Michigan team could beat Georgia. I've never seen Georgia play. I don't know what they're returning. I'm naive because I don't follow SEC football. If I see it on tape and they're like, yeah, I don't think we have
Well, they're not going to the White House. They're all down to business for a 3-peat.
They just sound like Joe Biden.
Well, yeah, they are Republicans, so I can see. There's other reasons. But yeah, most confident I have in a program currently for sure, expecting to be in the title game and to hopefully win it for the one and potentially only time in my entire life that I'll be alive for. So this is a big year for me for Michigan football. Need everything to go well.
Offered to come shattering down in the semifinal game again. Oh, tough cringe.
Well, that'd be devastating. You would get real sadness on the show, which the fans wouldn't.
Caleb Williams in USC. Wow, that would be poetic justice for me.
Oh, Evan, give me that team. I pray we play them. I pray. We would just bully that team off of the field. They would not be able to tackle. They cannot tackle. They can't tackle.
Picked it this year.
No chance.
Quinn Ewers.
The other thing about this,
Steve Sarkisian, you get run out of the building.
No chance. Texas is a joke.
Oh, Urban Meyer thinks they're the best roster.
Yeah, he also said Ohio State would win easily last year. He's a dumb idiot.
He's not picking the Buck. He's not picking the Skunk Bears.
It just feels good. I can actually say, like, have the cockiness about Michigan football that's justified now because of what they've done the last 2 years. And yes, it'll probably come crumbling down at some point, but not this year. This year will be another good year.
Clip it, chat, clip it, mark it. Grant Sanders not crumbling down.
The other good thing about the program, big picture wise, is the recruiting is finally meeting the on-field performance, which was a big red flag before this recruiting cycle. So it's nice to see everything's aligned and they're building for sustained success, hopefully.
For the next coach.
Because it was getting annoying. It was annoying having like the 23rd recruiting class when you're winning the Big Ten. But now things are trending in the right direction. That's really all I got. Michigan State football? I have a question for you guys about Michigan State football.
I thought we were going to skip it.
If someone came up to you on the street and said, what is the identity of this team, Michigan State football, what would you tell them right now?
Fireball shots.
Because all the
at 10
good
a.m.
teams. I like that answer.
I think that's our identity.
Alex, what is the identity of Michigan State?
Melty moments, ice cream in the third quarter when you're super upset.
Also good. I like this brand.
It
We don't have an identity,
feels
Grant. This is the
that we
worst
don't
question
have
I've-
one.
Oh my god. It's over.
That's what I'm scared of.
You don't even have a good punter anymore.
No,
I
I
would have said special.
The problem is we
have
don't
the worst special team
know.
coordinator in the country. Ross Ellis needs to be fired.
The problem is we've just had so much roster turnover every season, so we have no idea what's going to be out there.
Identity. I guarantee it's going to be a
For a
stretch
second
run
there-
zone on the first handoff of the season like it has been the last 17
We're still
games.
building the program Mel Tucker's way. It's not like he's in year 10. We don't really know yet.
Well, he prided on
For the
running
first-
the ball and defense.
I like how you said that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he wants.
Okay, but for a second there, the identity was like, this is transfer portal U, for lack of a better term. We're going to modernize it.
Everyone
I don't think-
Treat it like a GM.
I don't think Mel Tucker ever wanted to be. He's even said during that time he didn't want to be transfer portal U. He just was doing it to quickly revamp, and then he wanted to build through the high school ranks. So I don't think that was ever what he wanted to do. That was just something he had to do so that we weren't 2-10.
I believe you. I'm just saying from an outside perspective.
Agreed. That's what it
their
looked
identity
like.
was, and it was like kind of flashiness and like edgy in a way, or being cool. Like, come play for us. We'll give you playing time, and you might be like the next Kenneth Walker. And now it just feels like things have shifted a little bit, where I just truly don't know what the identity is, and that's kind of the biggest thing.
I think they're trying to be under the radar, hardworking, blue collar team like the old Michigan State squads of the past. That's what they should be. That's what they should go for.
All right.
No flash, all grit.
No more fancy photo shoots. Those are done.
Nope.
Well, recruiting's different. You got to do stuff to recruit. So whatever it takes to get kids to like it.
See, but that's part of the identity. It's the flash. Then if they dive
better
into
than
that.
rap.
Just because they take recruiting pictures doesn't mean that
But
they're a flashy program.
like Lambos on the field.
do you live under a rock? Do you
That's
realize
flash.
every program does that?
Michigan does not. Jim Harbaugh does not go on the field nowadays with Lambos on the Big Ten and like hold dogs on leashes. He doesn't. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Okay,
I'm just
he
saying
doesn't.
Not,
But the things they do in their recruiting pictures, whether Jim Harbaugh's doing it or an assistant's doing it, they're doing stuff to just appeal to kids.
yeah, but it's different when the coaches are doing it.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, well, I think it portrays. I'm not saying it's bad. That was the identity. I thought it was going to work. I thought it was going to start landing high-level recruits, and it still might. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's what the identity portrays.
Michigan State didn't have an identity recruiting in the last 20 years. So to have
I don't fault
something,
them for
they
trying
have
it.
to do it.
Evan says, no, we grab gritty 3 stars and we turn them into men. Damn it.
Yeah.
I can't see you guys, so I don't know what Evan's saying or what your
Traverse
reactions
City,
Mark
Holland, Michigan,
Anthony didn't have
baby.
an identity in recruiting.
National landscape style 4 stars and 5 stars types guys. No,
It was
That's not an
it
identity.
was the 3s and 2s.
Yeah, we're talking about
He had an identity. It was
2-3-1
just
area
not
code.
the.
We're
It's
talking
not
about
what wins
identity.
national championships in today's college football.
if your last name's Bulla, you're a Spartan.
Correct.
Identity.
Yeah, that identity. I saw a stat
You know what?
about D'Antonio's guys. He put like
Was it a good stat?
no, I guess it depends how you take it. It was like the amount of 3 stars and 2 stars he put in the NFL, but his 4 stars, he put like his 4 and 5 stars, he put like 2 total in the NFL. He put like 22 and 3 stars in the NFL. So can Mark D'Antonio not develop the better guys? I don't know. Interesting stat.
Stay tuned when he takes
Well,
over
half
Cincinnati.
his 4 and 5 stars came from the 2016 class. We all know how that ended.
The only one I could think of that made it was William Golston. 5 star.
Tampa Bay Buck.
Yeah.
Question for Evan, big picture, state of the program. Close your eyes.
No.
Picture this.
Quick Lane Bowl championship on
trans-
December 23rd.
Ah, you're reading my mind. The Trans Perfect Music City Bowl 2023.
Where's it at?
MSU versus Auburn.
It's in
MSU versus
Nashville.
Auburn. Who is Evan cheering for in Nashville?
Oh, I'd be there. I'd be cheering for Payton
Who are you
Thorne
rooting for?
and his draft stock.
All right.
That's
That's the
disgusting.
State of the Union from Evan. He is out on Michigan State if they play Auburn. He is a Peyton Thorne guy through and through, and he has sold his allegiance to Michigan State for Peyton Thorne, which is a wild
I would
move.
cheer for Payton Thorne in that game. I would hope he would
But
get revenge
you'd
against
want
Jay
Michigan
Johnson.
State to win.
No, I'll cheer for
Lose.
Payton Thorne in that game to beat the shit out of Jay Johnson.
To win.
It's just
Wow. The final nail in the coffin. I honestly,
no
Evan, that's
words
actually
for
being
that.
a great Michigan State fan because you know what the program needs. Revamp. So he wants.
I
what's
hope it
best.
happens. I hope I get to go watch that game live in Nashville, sitting next to the Thorne family, wearing my Auburn Thorne jersey and cheering on.
Thorne NIL jersey. Evan, 25% of Evan's paycheck probably goes to Thorne NIL fund.
Probably.
It is kind of wild, Evan, how dug in you are on this
It's a
guy.
crazy
who-
take.
He did have a great season for Michigan State, and he did break a record, but it is
I mean, you're like
interesting. I'm
floating
trying-
him up there with Cousins and Cook. It just seems crazy.
Well, he is the third best quarterback that we've had in our lifetime, Alex.
I don't know enough about the history of the program.
I mean, he
to speak on this.
won more New Year's Six bowls than Kirk Cousins did.
That doesn't mean he's a better quarterback because he had the best running back in college football on his team.
It doesn't mean Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback just because he had a top 10 defense every single year.
Kirk Cousins is proving that he was pretty good. He's been in the NFL quite a long time and made a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Payton Thorne hasn't got that chance yet. We'll find out.
The one thing, Evan, that I think about the New Year's Six Bowl is kind of a tough argument, though, because
Kenny
Like,
Pickett
It's a
didn't
New Year's
play.
Six bowl.
K9 didn't play. It was just a weird game. The third string played for Pitt. It's just like, I don't know how to rate that on the scale of lore in Michigan State history.
The Peach Bowl championship.
But you were
I
there.
was there.
I
You
think
were there,
it
though.
inflates
So it's a little
Evan because
different.
he was there.
Jordan Addison played.
Oh, you think?
Jordan Addison did not
Completely
play, did he?
He did.
I don't think he did,
I don't
Evan.
think he did.
I don't remember him doing anything if he did.
We'll have to check the game log after. No one's doing it now.
Maybe
We don't
he
wanna
did.
Correct ourselves. Okay, another program searching for its identity, Michigan basketball. No clue where this identity is. I wrote, big picture, this is a fork in the road type season approaching. Whether you start to buy into Jawan that he can turn around or you start to further cement your doubts creeping in the back of your mind. I don't really see it any other way. So Michigan basketball, Michigan State football on some similar parallels, which is fun to compare. And then the other thing I said, big picture, the whole theory that sometimes losing the best player on your team, best player who gets all the attention, might actually help the team. And I am fully bought into that theory happening this year for Michigan, that you get better by subtracting Dickinson. So those are the two big picture things I'm working off of for this offseason going into the season.
Do you think Caleb Love ends up a Wolverine?
I do. I don't think I think him tweeting out that he's going to play for them confirms it. I don't think you do that if you're going to back out.
Mel Tucker did it.
Touche. Chris Holtman did it.
Chris Holtman did it.
But, yeah, I guess someone could offer him a bigger bag. I don't know. But I guess my spin zone immediately will be like, you told me he's not good anyway, so I'll be happy. So I'm already prepared both sides. You can do what you want, Caleb.
Fair. Way to toe that line.
Oh, yeah. And last but not least, Michigan State basketball. Is it as simple as this is the quest for title number 2, and that's about it?
Yeah, only nugget is that Hogard and Aiken's not invited to any of the combines, so that basically just guarantees that they're back.
They're back in the green and white.
So Title II, with search for Title II is on.
And so when does Aikens transfer? Kidding.
I think the portal closed, or closes like today or tomorrow or something.
Here's a question I have for you two. Is this the best year to go for it? Or do you think it's one of those things where like this year has all the hype and it may fall flat only for the team next year will be the team that gets it done? Because that happens sometimes in sports. It's not the team you expect to get it done.
I think we're set up well for them this year and next year. So I'll take either. I think this year they have more of a chance based on the seniors they'll have.
Yeah, senior-led team. Better of a chance. The roster is going to be more. There's going to be more depth on the roster. You're going to have you'd probably be 8 or 9 guys deep that you could probably get minutes out of. Now, it might cause problems, but as we said, it's all about the draw.
It's true. We do say that. I think it's this year.
If
you said pick between the two, I would say this year would be at least like 25% more likely to get it done, because we know Izzo doesn't love the portal. So you're going to lose, and then you're going to replenish with recruits, and then you'll be counting on a lot of sophomores to get it done, which they could. But you got to assume if things go well this year, at least one or two will leave for pro. And then
Izzo does use the portal grant. Tyson Walker, Joey Hauser.
I said he didn't. I said he doesn't love the portal, which
he doesn't, but he'll use it.
That is a fact.
Like I think I'm living in an alternate universe if like he were to add 3 portal people in an offseason. I do not see that happen.
I think he would do it if he had to.
But I don't. I think he'd play with 5 people.
Considering he said recently that he will change with the times. He just doesn't like it.
I don't know, dude. I've heard him talk on multiple.
Yes, I have to.
He thinks it's super soft that people leave, and he does not like it.
He does.
And I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying that tells me all
I think he does like the guys that move up from like Cleveland State up to like a big program. I think he likes those guys.
I like that specificness right there. Cleveland State. Who you got your eye on?
Bryn Forbes.
I think this is the year of the two. Has to be.
I think that the program is set up nicely for success, while the football program is in a bit of a limbo.
So to summarize in tiers, the teams we are excited about right now would be Lions, Michigan State basketball, Michigan football. Those 3 we're excited about, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other teams are all kind of in the same bucket, I would say. Red Wings probably next.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of who's at the helm. And then Pistons are on the verge of Tiger territory.
Michigan basketball and Michigan State football are probably ahead of the 2 dumpster
Pistons
ones.
range?
Because they're not
Pistons range?
It's not like they're terrible, terrible teams.
They're above the
enjoy
Tigers.
watching them.
Yes. Yeah, we'll still talk ourselves into like,
I will
winning
not
games.
watch
We're suckers
Michigan
for that,
basketball.
for sure.
Actually, I'll hate watch Michigan basketball.
I wasn't really referring
no.
to us watching Michigan.
Now that there's
basketball. I was referring to
there's
Grant.
no Dickinson, you don't even need to.
Grant's already declaring Caleb Love National Player of the Year, so
Yeah, I just submitted my AP ballot. Preseason Naismith Award watch list. Love
probably be on
Michigan.
it.
Kidding me?
The star. Superstar, as Evan would say.
No, it's a star. It's a superstar.
He is star power.
Feels like the same thing.
That is the State of the Union address. Shame on the listeners. No questions submitted this week. So let's be better next week. Let's look ourselves in the mirror and let's ask some questions. Good thing we had enough questions ready to go this week.
Yeah.
Nice. So we'll have schedule release. We might be recording on lottery night. So that'd be big.
Oh.
Is that a Thursday?
And then Tuesday. And then PGA Championship predictions. So we got more sports. But again, you have to remind yourself, everyone, when you listen, you're like, where's the exciting talk? None of our teams are in the playoffs. So what do you want us to do in the middle of May? Yes.
Shout out Michigan State baseball. They're in the hunt for the postseason.
Oh, Jake Boss.
Big weekend ahead. They got to go to Iowa.
Didn't they get swept by like Purdue last week or something?
Swept by Illinois. Don't remind me, Alex. But they're on the bubble. They're on the bubble.
Crazy that you guys stay up to date
They're
with
6
that.
and
Try my
2.
best. Shout out Michigan State women's golf.
NCAA regionals are at Eagle Eye,
They're
Alex.
leading the NCAA regionals after day 2.
Men's regionals are at Eagle Eye.
All right,
both are hosting, I think.
Butler had a wide receiver get signed to a practice squad in the NFL.
Butler's
That's huge.
back.
Or UDFA.
Butler
UDFA,
stinks.
Just
Tag to the broken
spot
ball.
Alex.
Foster and
Watch us take
Fletcher's
Aikens
little
away from
sister
underneath
committed
you.
to Butler's volleyball program. So Butler
You guys
is
should
back,
get Fletcher
Alex.
lawyer as a Butler Bulldog.
He's too good for us.
Yeah, that's.
Actually,
you said
no,
you're
he's
good.
not. He won the same amount of tournament games as
We have
Butler did this past year.
we have one spot open, and it's for Jaden Aikens.
No,
Jaden
stop. You
Akins
can't have
isn't
him.
in the transfer portal, dude.
Bring it. Grant,
The
I'll
The
cry
portal
if he has
closes.
I will cry.
He's
if he
not
leaves.
leaving.
I've already tampered.
Okay, Grant.
He certainly wouldn't go to Butler.
15% of my
Perfect.
NLI money
Lies.
from Thorne will go to Jaden Akins to stay. Thorne will only get 10% now. Jaden Akins will stay.
All right, fine. We just took Tyson Walker.
No.
That's
Poison.
definitely not happening.
You can have Hogarth.
Hogarth tried to come, but we rejected him at the door.
You're an idiot if you wouldn't take AJ Hogarth. Be the best player on Butler
and
immediately
that's,
by a lot.
and that's the show.
He would win you like 6 more
episode.
games for sure.
6.
Yeah, I'd probably win you 10 more games.
Cheers. It's episode 120.
Cheers.
The State of the Union.